Hey, also, I survived the previous video, and I just kind of wanted to talk about why I made this channel, because I know people do these videos, but I just kind of need to say some stuff in this video and possibly in another video, and I'm going to speak within the 8-minute mark now. We are not going for 30 to 40 minutes long unless I feel compelled to do so, and it has to be a good reason, and it's not this anymore. So, yeah, I was in need of an alternative way to express myself out of emotional motivation. I was frustrated. I was limited in way more than I am now, to be honest. And in a way, I mean, I just getting my first camera to do YouTube was a real challenge, and it was even worse before when I was doing YouTube many years ago. And in various ways, it was give or take, it was just highly limited, and then in every area of my life. And then it was like, okay, I can make these videos with my webcam. Let's just express ourselves in some subconscious motivated as well reason that maybe I could find my answer, or find a person on the other end of it that would help benefit, or in some way accept and synchronize with me enough that progression could happen in some form that would go beyond this fucking environment that I was in, and still kind of in a way. But yeah, and all those changing in bits and bobs, and that's kind of like that's sort of what the channel was in a way. It was although if you go back to like the first videos, they were like tech videos, and the first video I ever made wasn't Bejeweled, by the way. It was a clip from a Atlas Anatomy video about the male body part, if you know what I mean, and it was just more out of like comedy and intrigue. It was that one that's more to the then meets the eye, that kind of thing. And but I took it down for obvious reasons, copyright shit, all that kind of stuff. So I took it down, and so the first video is the Bejeweled video. So if you go all the way back and you're like, Bejeweled, how is that anything? Like, what was the point of that? And actually, in some ways, the first few videos I think were more just me putting stuff out. That was it, just putting stuff out, showing some stuff I'm doing, whether or not there wasn't any vlog. But it started to get more vloggy when I was starting to get more antsy about just wanting an alternative expression. And so that's why I started making vlogs and videos about stuff that was going on in my experience, from the theories I had to the thoughts, and obviously as I was going through that, I was still figuring out aspects of myself, and always will be. So you'll see things that may or not accurate today that I've thought were accurate back then, unless sometimes even like fully convinced that was it, to that level at the time. So that was kind of that. And then it just it sort of transformed and sort of became more of a variety channel with that part in it as well. And in one way or another, so I did reviews, I did vlogs, I did whatever, and then I started to get a bit more creatively ambitious. And so I thought, okay, how far, what can I do here, or like what can I maybe not exactly those words, but like, well, how far can I take this, and like what can I do with this? And I think that's sort of where I've ended up today in a way, and it's so fucking intriguing. And that is that that part of me was like, do I even like what is the next step here, and I gotta be honest, I don't know why. I think people watch me because I have interesting stuff to say. I think some people watch me because there's something that they may struggle with and I don't, and so they get some kick out of watching me, maybe. I think there's people who get beneficial information. I think beneficial things from me, and then sometimes I don't even know if people even care to watch me. So it's this strange thing where I feel like it's a contrast, or a gradient, probably more like a gradient, and it's like I don't know if what I'm doing on YouTube has really, I mean, there's some things that have been entertaining, I think, as well, or inspiring or intriguing as well. I mean, I've had videos where I've gotten thousands of views and comments and things like that. So then there's videos that are just like really not many people taking interest, and so it's but I get likes on a lot of my videos now, so that's nice. Not that I hadn't in the past, but it seems I'm seeing it, that there's a frequency of it. So that's fucking cool as fuck. I think it's just what's next for this, and I have obviously, as I have creative ambitions, I'm gonna have to like cut this video soon, and stuff like that, and it's like, well, what do you want to do next then? Like, what are you doing? And it's like at the moment I'm thinking maybe to move towards that studio and start making my videos in there, just everything in there, and stop this. But then it's like I'm locked to when I go and do that, which means if I want to do that, I always have to go up to London to do that, which, you know, I personally kind of don't give a fuck. But, you know, it's, you know, I've got a file on my phone with the video ideas. So it's this weird thing. It's like, you know, and I said about the green screen thing and all that, and, you know, it would be beneficial to just be able to go there and be able to just fully, you know, so it's weird to me, like what to do next. Like, is that what I'm going to do next? So that's kind of like where I'm at. But then I'm like, well, I can make videos here as well, like in the woods, but it's always in the woods. What are you going to talk about next? In the woods. It's like, fuck's sake, man. I want to do stuff where I'm like talking on a beach, talking in a city, talking wherever the fuck I want to talk, you know. I don't, you know, and I just don't have a psychological comfort. I'll get out of it, go and do it, and I go and flow it, and it's like kind of, but kind of there, kind of not, you know. It's not, I don't know, it's just, and what am I talking about really? I mean, anyways, I gotta stop this video now because I'm only doing 8 minutes, but, you know, what am I talking about here? Like, what is this channel? Like, it's an alternative expression that kind of has reached its conclusion. So see you all in the next video.